the team. Join the team, join the movement, join the change. We are. Well done. Looking good. Now, if we had everyone join us, we'd make a whole circle. So what if I told you we're going to dance for 2 days, we're not going to stop until we make a circle? Would anybody else join us? Huh? I know. Woo. Nice, Bessem. Thank you for joining us. Anita, please join us. Come on, Anita. Honestly, ASK teachers, I'm so proud of you and so happy that you're here and so happy that we work together and so happy that you love to dance. Really. I'm just making up my own steps now because everybody's doing different things. Thank you. Great. Please have a seat. What time is it? Wow. Right on time. How do you feel? How do you feel? It's a great way to wake up, right? To breathe a little bit more. Sometimes we drink coffee to get our bodies going, but that little bit of dance is wonderful. Thank you for all you courageous people who joined me. My name is Shannon, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our third edition of the Kosovo Learning Summit. Can we please get a big round of applause? Now really, this day would not be possible without an amazing team. And first I have to start with the operations team of Osaka. You can see that we are in a new building. This is not Buram Rames. We are here, we moved in November. So this was not here as of 2 days ago. This whole space, from the food, the coffee machines, to all the classrooms being ready for you today, to picking the guest experts up at their hotels and taking them back and forth. My operations team is amazing. Please give them a round of applause. Next, my communications department, handling the oversight of the brochure, getting that finished, the pop-up banners, the post on RTK. Did anybody see that? Is anybody here because you saw that commercial? Anybody, can you please show me a hand? One person. Wow, our TV is so powerful. No, but really. Now, this is a good time for you to check in to see if you're understanding me with my English. I am talking a little bit fast for me because I'm so excited. I will slow down in a little bit, but what I found is that a lot of presenters will be speaking with a lot of high energy. So if you're not following me with my English right now, please take some time to go get a headset for simultaneous translation. We have spent a fortune on them, and it is the best team I've ever had. So please take advantage of it. Even if you get it, and then later on you say, I can't stand this thing on my head, and you take it off, you'll be glad that you got it. This headset will travel with you from throughout the school today, and you'll just bring it with you. Of course, you have to give something, and you're going to give your Kosovo ID, but then you'll give your Kosovo ID back, and then you get your headset. Okay, are we settled? Okay, so welcome everyone. Really, we are so glad to have you. I didn't think this was going to happen. It was a big year for us to move into this building. It was enough. And I didn't think we would be able to manage. And it really is because of the team of people who made it possible. I think, how many of you attended the very first Kosovo Learning Summit? And can anyone tell me if they remember the theme? The very first Kosovo Learning Summit, it was in 2016. Does anyone remember? Was anyone there? 2016. Now, I was talking with Marita Idini last night. Where's Marita? Yay! Okay, Marita was at the 2016. I was there. Was anybody else at the 2016? There we go. Wonderful. Great. Now, was there anyone who was here last year? So 2018. Look at this. Great. And so, is there anyone now then? I guess it's the people who've been here since 2016. This is our third one. If you had asked me 4 years ago that I would be in here with you for this many years and working on this project together, I would have said it's more likely that I get pregnant. Really. It's such a huge accomplishment. And actually, by the way, it's not possible for me to get pregnant. You know, I've had my tubes tied. So it's not possible. And so, what you've done today, by being here today, is that you're a part not only of a workshop, you're a part of something for Kosovo. So, my HR manager asked me to tell you about how we got started. And if you're a little bit more quiet, I'll be able to concentrate. Because I get so excited, it's really hard for me to concentrate. Okay, so 4 years ago, I attended a workshop at ECIS, European Council of International Schools in Barcelona. And I gave a presentation there. I came back to my team. And what I realized is that all my colleagues, I couldn't pay for them all to go. I wanted all my colleagues to have an experience of an international conference. Now, around in 2012, I went to MAIS, Mediterranean Association of International Schools. It's also a small conference. And the people that join that conference are people all along the Mediterranean. So Spain, Morocco, maybe Greece was there. But the point is that people went to this conference every year, not just to a conference to go tour Rome or somewhere else or to be a part for the fun of it, but people who committed to a conference of people being together. And that's what I wanted to create, something that would repeat, something that would bring internationals here. So, if you will, imagine you're in an airplane. You've got your visa ready to go, and you're flying to Austria. That's the first step, right? So people, presenters from Austria, would you please stand up and give them a round of applause? Now, I'm hoping Angela's in here, but she might be setting up her room. So here we fly, and we have to go a long distance, because we're going to go to Saudi Arabia, okay? And in Saudi Arabia, we have a presenter today who is a professional counselor, and she's going to be on the top floor, so you want to check out that room. So even though Angela's not here right now, she's setting up her room. Would you please give her a round of applause? Now think about how much money we would be spending by sending one person to that conference, and think about the effect of just that one person, and what is the exponential factor of motivation and energy and synergy. What if 2 people were up here dancing? Only 2. Would you feel motivated, right? So to create a movement in my staff, I needed a number of people to go over the threshold, like a tipping point. How many people can get together? Now, after there, then, the big keynote, who you're going to be meeting today, remember, you're flying in your airplane. It's coming from China. Now, if you were here last year, you would know Steve Stostek. How many of you know Steve Stostek? Please raise your hand. Okay, he is an out-of-the-box kind of guy. He came all the way to China, to Pristina, Kosovo, to help connect you to educators all around the world. And I can't wait until we do this on Twitter, even though we're maybe not good on Twitter. We're going to figure it out, because we're going to figure it out together. And if you don't figure it out today, this morning, you're going to figure it out 10 years from now. Okay? Really? So, who else? Liam, director of college, Durrës College, Albanian College. What is it, Liam? Okay, and it is a K through 12 school. This is why it freaks me out all the time. So, so we could also just walk to Albania, right? We don't need to fly, but we could take a vacation there. So we have some wonderful international presenters here today for all of us to take advantage of for the price of 15 euros for 2 days. Now, in addition to that, I have an amazing faculty who has been preparing all year. They don't know it, but they were gradually walking, getting better, team teaching, speaking when they didn't want to, doing things when they didn't want to. And gradually, they're all presenting today, and I am so proud of them. Now, if you're a part of the ASK community, and this is your first time presenting, I want you to stand up. Now, this is presenting, not to our staff, presenting, get this, at an international conference. ASK teachers, stand up with pride, and let me clap for you, please. Up. Come on. Bravo. Bravo. Wow. Okay. So, wow, firsts, where'd I do this? First, is this going? Firsts. Okay. So this was us just a minute ago, but I want you to look at this, would you? Thanks. Okay. I took this picture off the internet, and I have just been thinking about it for days. Can you remember your first step? Your first step. How old you were, maybe the stories your parents say. Probably you can't. Probably you can't remember back to your first step. Unless maybe you were paraplegic or something happened to you at childhood, and then you were in a wheelchair, and then you had to learn at the age of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Can anyone remember your first step walking? Just to be sure. Okay, so now, I'd like you to think about, really try to get into an imagination space. So I'm going to imagine I was crawling, right? I was crawling. Some people skipped crawling. I was told I didn't crawl very much. People thought that I had, my doctor, my mother, thought I had cerebral palsy. So now, let's say I'm about 2, and I'm starting to walk. I'm teetering, I'm teetering, I'm teetering. Now, imagine someone like this amazing mom looking you in the eye. Look at this relationship here. Just look at this. She's reaching out, every part of her. And she's not stressed. She's not stressed. She's just happy and excited and pleasant and present with this idea of walking. Now look at her face. She's pretty determined. She's pretty determined. We really did this once in our life, and we take it for granted. But there's a psychologist of the 1930s who said that this is learning. The space of walking through what you can do alone and what you can do with another person. Steve, will you hit that next slide? Okay, so Lev Vygotsky, if you just look at this, this is called the zone of proximal development. So what could that child who's walking do alone? When would they start walking? Probably organically, we have genetics in our system that pulls us upright at some age. But I have visited orphanages in Morocco where there was one child for 20 babies, and babies who were 2 years old were laying on their backs with short little legs, thin little arms, like this, laying on their back. And there was one adult that would pick them up maybe once a day. They smelled, they weren't being changed. How powerful we are together when we have that kind of encouragement. So would you go back to the Kosovo folk wedding dance? Look at this. Now, thank you, Blendrit. Blendrit is our IT assistant. I went to his very beautiful Kosovo wedding. Blendrit, are you in here? When was your wedding, Blendrit? It was recent. It was in the last year. Have you forgotten? No? Okay, but look at the distance. Look at the similarities between him and his face. And you can't see his beautiful wife's face, but you can see her body language. Wow. So what we can do in partnership. What we can do in partnership. Now, yes, it's frustrating. Yes, you think sometimes you can do it better. Sometimes you have to be very patient. But really what you can accomplish together is far more exciting, superior, and actually even what you can accomplish, again, Vygotsky is saying, it is learning. It is. That is what learning is. Learning is, I'm in my comfort zone, I'm in my space, and I'm taking a step. And in that step, my brain is making new connections. My brain is learning a dance step. So, I am so thrilled to be here with you today. Thank you for being patient with me and letting me express with you a little bit of passion I have about teaching and learning. Thank you for collaborating with me and being here today, because honestly, none of this would be any fun without you. So please, thank you. Okay.